On May 30th, 2019, Kyle Martin graduated as the valedictorian of the King's Academy in West Palm Beach, Florida. At that time, he offered a commencement address that gave me some great insights. When he learned that he was in the running for valedictorian as a junior, he dedicated the next year of his life to achieving that goal, only to find that the victory was hollow. I have had a similar experience with my dedication to winning speech and debate tournaments. His counsel to the graduation class was very eye-opening, and I am privileged to share it with you today. The 16th Second by Kyle Martin. I stand before you tonight as the 2019 valedictorian. This time last year, I found out that I was in the running for this title. It was then that I decided I wanted it. So I worked hard for it. I sacrificed for it. And yes, I stressed for it. And I got it. At the senior awards ceremony, it felt so good when I heard my name announced for this title. So good. For about 15 seconds. 15 seconds of my heart pounding and my adrenaline pumping. 15 seconds on being on top. It felt euphoric. But there must come a 16th second. And on that 16th second, when I sat down in my seat, I looked at my silver stole that said valedictorian, and I thought, that's it? What just happened? Why am I not feeling anything else? To be honest, I don't know what I was expecting. A parade? Balloons to drop? Maybe I was hoping that all of my problems would simply go away in comparison to this amazing achievement. But none of that happened. Not even in my heart. I felt nothing. I was shocked. This was a huge problem for me, and I needed to figure out why. So, here was my thought process. Working hard is good, but it should not be done for the sole purpose of a goal's sake, at the expense of relationships with others. Looking back on this year, I realized that the stress of this year, for this goal and this 5-minute speech, was paid for with the lack of attending to my relationships. A lesson learned and self-reflection accomplished, now I would like you to do some self-reflecting. I would like you to take a moment to fill in a different thing that you strived for and you focused on, something that you thought was the end-all, be-all. Perhaps it was sports. Perhaps it was fine arts. Academics, getting into the right school. An unhealthy social life. Social media. Or maybe video games. Friends, we are about to launch into life, and we haven't messed anything up yet. Instead of academics, though, taking your focus off of your important relationships, will it be your career that you choose over your spouse? Instead of sports, will it be money that you pursue to the detriment of your children? Instead of that Instagram-worthy picture, will you strive to be famous at the expense of time with your friends because now you are too self-involved? I'm aware that this is kind of a downer speech, but I don't care because a lesson learned should be a lesson shared. And I'm glad that I've only made this mistake of striving for something that isn't eternally important for just 1 year. I can't imagine if I had to learn this at 50 or at the end of my life. And here's the lesson. Have no regrets in the 16th second. Nothing is more important than your healthy relationships. Nothing. Not your goals, not your dreams, not your successes. And here's why. Relationships are where we get to influence, impact, and change people's lives. Your life cannot be meaningful without them. How we go about establishing these relationships is different for each of us. It's different in the college that we choose, who we marry, and what career we choose. It's difficult in the triumphs and tragedies that come upon us. But in all of those things, new relationships are being formed. Prioritize what is important in your life and never lose focus of your important relationships. Be generous with your time and with your money, and your relational issues will be resolved. And by the way, it's not too late to mend fractured relationships. Any friends you haven't spoken to in a while because of pride, parents whom you disrespected, and teachers who you never thanked. Humble yourselves. Just do it. Start a conversation. Have no regrets in the 16th second. Kyle Martin is my age, and I am glad to learn this important lesson while I am still young. Our successes might not be as big as being valedictorian or winning a Nobel Prize, yet each of us has worked hard for something great and made sacrifices. Let us remember the realization of Kyle Martin, not to let our cherished relationships be one of our sacrifices. Let us have no regrets in the 16th second. Thank you.